Hello, welcome. Happy Wednesday, or if you are in our future, happy Thursday. How's everybody? Who's all here? I'm going to start the music. Hello, welcome. What will I play today? There, that's a good one. Hi, who's all here? Hello, Mark from Virginia. How are things down there? I'm from Rochester, New York. Got a good feeling today. Is this your first time, Mark? Welcome. Hello, Susan. How are you? Yeah. I'm a little jealous that you actually had 78. So last week we had our cold week. This week we're having quote unquote a heat wave with a little 41 degrees. Hello, Carolina, or is it Carolina? How do you say the I in your name? I'm happy to see you guys today. Ina, yes, okay, Carolina, very nice. Welcome, welcome. Tell us where you're from. Is this your first time? How you're feeling? What's doing today? Excuse me as I blow my nose. I'm a bit chilly today. Welcome, everybody. My name is Greg Phillips. If this is your first time, welcome. This is a pleasure to have you. I do something called ChakraTouch. It's a gift that I was given many years ago, but only embraced last year as something that I could give to other people and share with the world. So my particular gift is I do my lives in the form of readings. They're not predictive. I work with people's energy in the moment. And I basically tap into their chakras and I open myself up to channel love and I just listen and watch and witness. And their energy begins to show me the quality of its movement, the different images, sometimes sounds, shapes, and colors. And then I reflect that back to the whoever's having the reading. And together I coach them on how to use the energy towards whatever resolution it needs in the moment. Carolina, you're in Cape Cod, Mass. Very nice. Yeah, 34. Imposter syndrome. Yeah. I have had feels of that and bits of it. Hello, Mary Lou. Nice to see you. Yeah, how is it? How are you experiencing it, Carolina? That's my experience of it has been puts me in a lot of uncertainty and I feel debilitated by it sometimes. Hello, Jolene from South Africa, Cape Town. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Cape Town. I have really good astrology apparently in the Cape Town area. Deborah, nice to see you, my friend. Welcome. And I see a picture of our friend Gary. Hey, buddy, how are you? Good to see you today. We're just going to wait a little bit. It's an awesome place, Jolene. Oh, I'll have to come visit. Carolina says the voices in my head with self-judgment and self-comparison. Uh, yeah, I understand. And I was going through a lot of it's fascinating. My comparison, sometimes I compare to other people, but a lot of times I compare my present to what I'm wanting in the future. Man, is that debilitating. I went through that a bit this weekend, and then Monday morning I had this amazing aha. Yes, I agree. Carolina says we always need to remember we are not our thoughts. Yeah. Um, the thing that the cool realization that I had, which really came as more of a reminder, which I always appreciate reminders from the universe, but the I basically realized I just need to be myself and let the universe handle the rest. And that was so comforting. to remember that and to actually feel that. So my big theme this week is just trusting the universe, trusting the people I'm connected to, just trust. My God, sometimes it's hard to trust, it's hard to trust sometimes that we'll be okay. It's hard to trust that. And yet the reality is that our very existence is because of who we are as part of love and as love itself and connected extensions of source, as some people talk about. The very fact that we are those things means that we're okay. We're safe and secure all the time. It's our mind that gets crazy. Carolina, I so appreciate you sharing all this. It's so nice. Yeah, it's a nice insight. Thank you, Carolina. I really, and then the thing that there was an insight that followed it, which is just so my theme lately. I mean, it's just totally my theme, period. But the following insight was the goal is love. My goal is love. It always has been, and it always will be. Love what I do, love the people that I love, that I know, that I'm connected to, just love, like just so many different ways. And it's my mind gets so busy looking at the micro picture, looking at the future, comparing the present to the future, comparing my present to somebody else's experience who's further along. I mean, whatever comparing the mind is wanting to do. And it's only doing it because it's trying to look for measures of certainty. It's trying to look for guarantees and assurances that it'll be safe. And then when I remember that my goal is love, well, then everything's okay. It doesn't have to look okay, but I can be okay with everything. It's really quite fascinating. Peter, hi, welcome. Hi, Sophia, welcome. You're saying hi from Portugal. It's lovely to have you here. Recovering from a down to the ground lonely week. Oh, I am sorry to hear that, but you're in a good place. My lives are usually you can ask the regulars, but a wonderful space of love. So I hope you feel supported and nurtured by your time here today. Ginger, hi. I was just thinking of you this morning. That's so funny that you show up for the live. It's good to see you, my friend. Hi, Danielle. Where are you from? Benvinda. Very cool. Danielle is in a dark hole full of anxiety, trying to climb up from Ireland. You're trying to climb up from Ireland. You're from Ireland, climbing up from anxiety. I'm just going to hold some loving space for that. Welcome, everybody. If this is your first time, if you're new, my name's Greg Phillips, coming to you from Rochester, New York, where it's cold. This isn't the real outside. I'm just as a virtual background, but it feels cold to me. So I have one of my favorite warm sweatshirts on today. But I here do what I call ChakraTouch. It's my own little thing. If you're new, I was explaining it a little bit earlier, but I will mention it again. So here in my lives, we do kind of a reading format. It's not predictive, but I work with people who have an intention or a question or looking for some guidance. It could be around a physical thing, like on body owies. It could be around something emotional that's weighing heavy on your heart, or it could be something just, stuck in the noggin that is not letting go. And then what I do is I tap into that person's chakras, and I just listen and witness their energy. And I consider myself a channel or a conduit for love. And then the energy starts to show me the quality of its movement, maybe shapes or images. And then we work together, and I coach and guide the person to use that energy to whatever resolve is needed in the moment. Sometimes that's physical, emotional, or mental healing. Sometimes it's a breakthrough or some sort of new insight. And sometimes it's just simply allowing and loving what is, which is two of my biggest themes. So welcome to you. Gary, what's going on? Oh, Sophia, he says, Sophia, I feel you. I've been feeling the same since my Shih Tzu passed Sunday. Oh, Gary, I know how much you love your animals. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, let's say we get started, my friends. Let me just set something up here and see if I can do it this way. I'm going to block my own picture for a moment. Alrighty, let's try it this way. Who would be, hello, Sherry, welcome. Who would be interested in a reading today? So what I do, folks, is this is how I do it. So I take names and I put them on a list, and then I put them in this spin the wheel type of app, this website, and then we let the universe decide who gets the reading and in what order. And it's actually pretty fun that way. So who do we got here? Hello, hello. Danielle. Hello, Joanne. Good to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. Carolina. Okay. I'm gonna write double E so that I say it right. Carolina. Sherry would like one. Okay. Sherry. Deborah, you want one too? Is that what you're saying? Sure. Jolene. Okay, Deborah. Jolene, welcome to you, my dear. Susan says, yes, please. Thank you, Susan. Gary says she was almost 15. Oh, wow, Gary. Just hold you in our heart just today. Mary Lou. Yay. Drita would like one. Hello, Drita. Have we met? I don't recognize your name. All right, my friends, we'll hold it at that for now. Well, anyone else who's currently here wants to get on the list? First time, Drita, welcome. It's nice to have you here. I hope you enjoy. Ginger, how are you? By the way, Ginger's a friend and we haven't spoken in a bit, and I've been wondering about you, my dear. All right, so I've got 8 names currently: Danielle, Carolina, Sherry, Deborah, Jolene, Susan, Mary Lou, and Drita. Anyone else want to get on the list before I spin the wheel? All right, Peter. Patrice, you're raising your hand by throwing your name in the pin. Okay, very good. No problem. Are you new to my lives as well, Patrice? I don't recognize your name. Yeah, welcome. That's good. We got a lot of new people here today and some returnees and regulars. I love that. Super cool. All righty, let me just set up the wheel. 10 names, that works wonderfully. Carolina says, sending you love, Gary. She's sending you love. My Chihuahua's heart is sick, so I can imagine the pain of losing a beloved pet. Yeah, it is rough. Monica, hello. Your first time here? You finally could make it. Welcome, my dear. It's awesome to see you. Only if time, Peter. Yeah, well, we put it on the wheel, my friend. So the wheel determines who gets to go. Monica, it's so nice to see you here. All right, my friends, we're going to spin the wheel and see what happens and who gets called on first. Sorry for putting my head into the camera. All right. The wheel says we have a winner. Number 5. That was Jolene. Jolene, you get to go first. So, the way this works, my suggestion, you can phrase it however you want, but be as specific as you can, what your question, what kind of guidance you are seeking. If you know, if it's something physical or specifically mental, let me know as much detail as you can. But Jolene, how can I be of assistance to you today? Gary, I'm surprised you didn't want to get on the list. You were kind enough to give your spot away. What was it, a week and a half ago or something? While we're waiting for Jolene to type in whatever it is she's looking. New on spiritual path, need guidance. Well, what kind? Try to be more specific for me, my friend. Is there something specific spiritually that you've been focused on, that you're trying to learn? Hello, Claire. Good evening and day. Nice to see you. Thanks, Claire. How new are you on the spiritual path, Jolene? When you say that, like what, tell me a little bit more about that. Maybe that'll reveal where we need to focus. Energy healing. Oh, are you're new to energy healing? Trying to understand. Or you're looking for some energy healing. Aren't we all? Jolene, if you're seated, just make sure your feet are flat on the floor. If you're not seated, if you're laying down or something, just make sure that you have access to the front of your body so we can do some hand placements if need be. Just started reading up on it and new to it and everything on this. Okay, wonderful. Wow. Welcome to a whole new world, right? All right, well, let me see what's going on. We'll start up at the mind and we'll work our way down and see. Just relax, my dear. If you will, take your left hand and place it on your heart chakra right here in the center of your chest, okay? And then put your left hand over that, and that will help focus your energy and your heart for the moment while we take a look at what your chakras are saying. Wow. So, let me check one more place. This is fascinating. I love this for you. Yeah, I'm going to stay with these. So when I checked your third eye, when I checked up at the mind, the prominent energy that I was getting up there was this beautiful sense of curiosity. There's a deep energy of curiosity coming from your mind, which totally aligns with new to all of this stuff. It's a little, just a smidge frenetic, or maybe anxious. So there's like an anxious curiosity going on in your mind space, but your heart is having this fascinating energy of how do I describe it? So thanks, Gary. I'll add your name as when I get a break. Yeah, so Jolene, your heart, wow, it's so beautiful to see. I'd have to describe it as an explosion, if you will. But I for some reason, my intuition is wanting to use the specific phrase of a heart burst. So the minute I tapped into your heart and after I asked you to put your hands there, like I'm feeling like there's this small condensed energy that just bursts out in this beautiful, it's very sweet and very expansive and very powerful energy. And then it's just completely bursting in your heart. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm like just to witness it is just really exciting for me because what's that sort of saying to me is that since you're so new, like you're just starting on the journey of spiritual discovery, like I have so much appreciation for that. But there's something that's blowing your heart wide open. I don't know if it's something you've recently read or a way that you're feeling or an experience that you had, sort of, but I mean, it's so lovely to see and to actually witness this in someone who's new to the path, because for me, in my experience, I mean, I've been on the spiritual path for over 35 years, and it has not always been easy. But the real precious moments of the path have been these ones that have just blown my heart wide open. So something's going on for you right now. And I would just say, drop into that. One of the things that I'm constantly talking about in my lives is this concept of loving allowance. It's much deeper than acceptance, but it comes from a phrase that I had from a sweet, loving advisor that I've used for many, many years. And he would always say, we encourage you to have loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves. And what it's saying is, if we can look at our situation, if we can look at anything in our life through the eyes of love, right? And be completely present with it and allow it to be the way it is, whether we want it to be different or whether we're wishing it was better feeling or whether we're wanting it to go away, whatever it is we're really wanting, when we could just be completely present in a loving way and allow things to unfold in their own time and space, then really beautiful things can happen. So that's the message I'm getting for you right now. I don't know if that resonates. Let me know how that feels. But there's this beautiful heartburst going on for you. And okay, maybe that's, so you have the curiosity in your mind with a little anxiety. So you're seeking, which is so beautiful. It's so good to have that quality of seeking, but it can be nerve-wracking. It can be anxious. And if this is your very first time of having a heart opening, there's a lot of uncertainty there. There's a lot of kind of like, what is this? What does this mean? I don't understand what I'm feeling. What am I going through? I'm just here to tell you, Jolene, that it's okay, that you're opening to new levels of being and feeling and hopefully perceiving. And that, like, I can't think of a sweeter way to start this session, because that is the essence of our growth as seekers, of our growth as people here, trying to, be spiritual people having a human experience, spiritual beings having a human experience. So yeah. Sophia's saying, me too, Jolene. I trust the universe and I feel good when I'm connected, but nearly always when in the seldom times I ask help, practical help to friends, and I get no, I feel to the ground. Yeah. Yeah, that happens too, Sophia. I can relate to that. All right, Jolene, that's resonating. I love that for you. Yeah, so my simple encouragement, my friend, it's okay to feel the awkwardness of this heartburst because it's new, but it's good. It's beautiful. Like, see if you can just be present with it and look for what's beautiful in it. Look for the enjoyment of it. Your heart's going through a process of expanding. And when we expand our heart, we begin to perceive and see things differently in just such an amazing way. So you might start learning or having insights of things that you've never thought of before. Who knows what's going to happen? Like, I'm excited for you. So this is really, really awesome. Trust the universe. I don't know if since you're new to spiritual stuff, I don't know if you've picked something that you would consider as the divine, but trust the universe, trust your heart. And I really love this for you. So thank you for sharing that. I don't know if anyone else can feel it, but her heartburst is just beautiful. Jolene, are you complete with that for now? I feel like puts a nice bow on that. Welcome to anyone else who's recently arrived. If it's your first time, please say hi and tell us where you're from, how you're doing. Oh, I forgot to shuffle the list. I think I'll do that this time. Yeah, Joanne can feel it too. Yeah, it's a stunning. I love that word, stunning. Yeah, it's a stunning heartburst. It's full of color, Jolene. It's just sit with it. Like, if you can find a way to just move your mind into your heart, and maybe we'll end up doing that later today, because that's often an exercise that we do here. But if you can just find a way to do that and just be the observer and the witness of all this beautiful heartburst energy, you might see rainbow colors or all sorts of cool things. You just never know. I did add Gary Peter. Thank you, dear. Sophia says, I trust the universe and thanks for your great words. Yeah, Sophia, my big theme this week is trust, like trusting the universe, trusting myself, trusting the people I'm connected to. And you know what? Sometimes that trust gets, I have some trust issues, just to be honest here. Like, I don't think I've ever met anybody who doesn't, but most of the time I'm trusting, but sometimes I get triggered and I'm not that trusting. But just because I'm feeling untrusting in the moment doesn't mean that I can't choose to trust. Just because I'm feeling disconnected from source or the universe or love doesn't mean I can't use my mind in a good way. Mind is a tool instead of a master to redirect and once again decide and choose to trust. It's not easy, but man, is it rewarding. Trust is your mantra for 2024, Sherry? Awesome. I love that for you. Good. All right. We're going to spin the wheel again and let's see who the lucky winner is. Ooh, ooh, oh, it's right on the edge. Wow. It was almost a 9, but it chose 4, which is fun. Okay. I'm just going to write down a little note here for Jolene. That's amazing. Okay. Deborah, you're up, my friend. Is it Deborah? It is Deborah. Hi. Hi, Deborah. Oh, sir. My dad was sir. You don't have to call me sir. I appreciate the politeness and the formality, but I'm Greg. I've always been kind of casual with names. I mean, I always understood politeness, and I've done that in a lot of different scenarios. But when I'm doing something like this, that's so intimate and personal, just call me Greg. All right, Deborah, what is your question, topic, concern? How can I be of assistance? How have you been since the last reading? That was intense, and you had a lot there. So I'm wondering how you are today. You did have a lot to digest, and hopefully your physical digestion cooperated with that too. So what's up today? What can we do for you in this beautiful space of love? I love Insight Timer. So Deborah says, I'm hoping to understand how she can better, there's a dot, dot, dot there. Focus to change my business. Okay. Are you willing to share what your business is? I've been self-employed as a soap maker. You're the first soap maker I've ever met. That's amazing. I love that. 22 years. Wow. Okay. So when you're reflecting on your business and this and having this desire to change it, where in your body are you experiencing this? Is it all just a bunch of thoughts? Are you having emotions that are coming with it? Is there anything physical? Head. Okay, I was guessing. So we're going to go there. Now, the last time we went to your head, there was a lot going on. So let's see what we have today. So my friends, anyone who's new to me and my ChakraTouch work, because I'm working with energy, energy is like the most purely present part of ourselves in my experience. So when I'm working with someone's energy, like I'm about to with Deborah, it's a reflection of where her energy is today. That may be catalyzed or sparked or triggered by a thought about the past or the present or the future, but it's very much what's in the moment. And I love working with energy because of that. It's very pure and it's very present and real. So let me see how we're doing there today, Deborah, with this topic. Okay, so I'm getting an image. All right, let's start. Deborah, are you feeling loss of creativity? Oh, fascinating. Okay. Sherry's just starting to research soap making. Well, Sherry, Deborah might be a resource for you. Clearly has plenty of experience. That's really neat. Okay, Deborah. So, I'm sensing we need to do a hand placement here, but I want to do it a little bit differently. Um, So I already saw the energy in your head, which has a really, I'm looking forward to describing this, but what I want you to do is place your left hand on your heart and then your right hand on your third eye, okay? And make sure arms are loose and relaxed, just real gentle. Close your eyes if you want to, you don't have to. And we're just gonna start looking at this mind energy. There's it's the image is difficult to describe because I'm trying to find the words for it. I'm getting such a beautiful, clear image though. So, how do I describe that? Picture, if you will, there's a really graceful swirling energy going on, but um it has the image of a like a wind cyclone, I guess is the best description. So like there's large circles of wind. The wind is interesting because the way I'm seeing it, the color is sort of silvery white and it's wispy, and but there's a number of them and they're forming like a funnel, like a cyclone, but it's very gentle. There's nothing dangerous about this, and it is just swirling. Your head is always spinning. Okay, that makes sense if you're trying to figure things out. Yeah, but here's the big piece with this, Deborah, is that I'm not feeling any, what's the word? I'm not feeling any chaos here. So as you're holding your hands in this place, and bring your mind to focus your mind's eye, if you will, right into the depths of your own mind, and just watch and observe, become the witness of this cyclone, this wind, and look for qualities that you wouldn't necessarily assume. So when you hear about the spinning of the wind, yes, you might think of your head, and your mind is always spinning, but I'm getting a softness with this. There's something there. There's something more there to reveal other than just the actual spinning motion. So I want you to just breathe gently and breathe normally. This may cause some anxiety or stress, but just be present as an observer and a witness of this whirling of wind. There's a quality to it there. Like when I sense into it more deeply, it has the power to lift you. It has this lightness, like if you were to walk in it and let go, it could actually carry you so you could fly. So it's very strong, but it's very gentle. It's like this weird dichotomy. You would think that this gentle wind wasn't strong enough to actually pick you up and hold you safely. So I want you to stay there with that while I take a look around. Called to the throat for some reason. Hmm. Just be with the wind. I think we'll stay with that. Just be with the wind. If you want to float in it, let me know. That I just want to know if we're going to go there. Otherwise, just stand there and let it swirl around you, like in the visualization in your mind's eye. Let it swirl around you, Deborah, and just feel the quality of the wind on your skin as it passes by. Feel the breath of freshness that it brings, or the gentleness. Maybe it's warm, maybe it's cooling. I don't, you let me know what you're feeling with it, but I'm just feeling like it's swirling around you and it's wanting to comfort you and assure you of something. What is that something? It's almost like it's wanting to show you something, tell you something, or lead you somewhere. Peace. Okay, so rest in that sense of peace that it's wanting to offer you. And I'm sensing, if you can allow that peace, if you can allow that peace into you, that the swirling energy actually might shift and transform. Yes, I'm feeling it. Mm-hmm. You're dropping in. I can feel that. Wonderful. Oh, interesting. It seems to be coalescing into a bright light. It's the light, it's like a little star. Hi, Drita. Oh, I no problem, Drita. I don't know if I'll scroll back to it, but we'll see, my dear. Okay, Deborah, yes, this piece. So watch as the whirlwind, as the gentle cyclone sort of, it's like pulling all of its energy into a focal point at the beginning, at the top part, and it becomes this little star. I see all that silvery, white, wispy, beautiful energy slowly getting sucked into this beautiful star. It's not very big. It's about the size, right, like that on your head, right, like above your head, and it's floating right in front of your third eye in the visualization, and it's floating right there, and it is so bright. It's brilliant. It's still very silvery. I don't know why silver is the thing, but it's a white silver, beautiful glow, and it has amazing illumination, and it is really okay. I'm getting, okay. It's shining in front of your third eye. It's wanting you. Wow, this is profound, Deborah. So for folks who don't know the third eye is I mean, you could call it the seat of perception, but I like to think about it as the it's the energy of perceiving that which is not visible to the physical eyes, right? Seeing new perspectives, checking out new options, uh, any way you want to describe it. So, Deborah, this light is so bright and powerful, and it is wanting to open your third eye. It is wanting you to open to different ways of seeing this, different ways of perceiving this. Is that resonating? What is that bringing up for you? It's beautiful. It is such, it's a beautiful, I wish I could draw it. It's such a beautiful star. You have this beautiful star energy floating right in front of your third eye. So what's a way of looking at this that could be different, right? It's a new way to perceive this. What lights up your heart? Yes. Deborah says this resonates. I've not been able to calm long enough to focus. So what we did was we just helped you. The whirlwind was asking you to bring in and allow in some peace. And by just doing that, even just for a moment, it was allowed the energy of that whirlwind to focus into a bright shining star. I love that. I appreciate that. Now is the first time that I have felt calm, Deborah says, in forever, in spite of my best efforts. Well, you did it. You allowed this is the beauty of allowing. When you were just present with the whirlwind, right? When we didn't have stories about it or judgment, like it's easy to say, my head is always spinning. That's just that happens to us as humans when we focus or obsess about something. But when we can drop into that moment and be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what is. And when I do that without judgment or story or even analysis, then we can sit with it, and it suddenly can reveal to us something we never knew. Here is this beautiful shining star in front of your third eye. What's funny, Greg, Deborah says, is I said the spinning before you saw the spinning. Well, you might have said it at the same time I saw it, but I didn't describe it yet because the minute I tapped into your third eye, that's what I saw. I just didn't have words yet to describe it. So yeah, that is funny, but it's also resonant. It's affirming in a way. So what is this star for you? I'm not sure. But when we think about a bright shining star, I mean, this star is almost like this star in front of your third eye is almost like Star of Bethlehem. That's I don't know where that's coming from, but in the story in the Bible, and I'm not Christian, but I was Catholic. But in the story of the Bible, the Star of Bethlehem guided the wise men. We used to call them wise guys when we were kids, but they guided the wise men with all of their gifts to come visit the baby Jesus, to attend the nativity. The Star of Bethlehem guided the shepherds and their sheep to come visit and pay homage. So there is a star that's guiding you on this. And I understand the discernment process, Deborah. It's difficult. Like when I was going through my process of deciding whether to engage in ChakraTouch and offer it to the world, I had to go through a lot. My mind spun quite often, but being able to drop in again in the moment and then that feel that peace, that calm, and that safety. And then again, as we were talking about earlier when we started the live, to trust the divine. It's not easy, but it's so fruitful. It's so rewarding. So I'd say this is a good image for you. Deborah says, so I should tap into that to hopefully regain my creativity. I felt absolutely paralyzed. Well, yes, and maybe would be my response to that. So this change may not be about regaining your creativity, but it might be about regaining, not even regaining. It's funny because there's a lot of times in my life when I've like, I want to regain something or I want to, I want to restore something to the way it was. And the reality is that we're constantly in expansion. We're never in regression and there is no going backwards. So when I sometimes when I'm feeling lonely, I think about past relationships and sometimes for whatever reason, I wish I was still with that gal, or I wish that had continued onward, or that we should reconnect or whatever. That is my mind wanting to go backwards. But the reality is that we as spiritual beings are constantly expanding, which means we're always moving forward. So this star is your guiding light, just like that Star of Bethlehem. The question is, how can you follow this star to where it will lead you? Because I believe it will lead you somewhere good. Your creativity may come back from the paralysis by doing this. I don't know, my dear. But you might find a different way of being creative. You might find a different way of thinking about being creative. You might find a different way of doing the same business or a new business. We really don't know where this goes. Yeah, you are in full on change. I know that. Here's the trick though. You gotta let the universe handle it, my friend. I mean, I hate saying you got to, but the peace, the path of peace for this is to just be yourself and trust and allow the universe to handle the rest. But I think that this star is a great visualization you can use in your daily practice if you want, just to learn from the star, to find out about it. Peter's saying, Deborah, I finally started meditating at lunch before work and have added a favorite crystal. Yeah, maybe this is a crystal, my work studio. I already feel a shift. Just baby steps and change up. Yep. Yep. Wonderful. Thank you, Peter. Yeah. I mean, based on this reading today, Deborah, and our previous reading, your path to peace, your medicine is allowing, right? And yeah, just from my own experience, it's so powerful and so freeing, my friend, to really allow. But I really love this star for you. And whether you choose to work with that or not, completely up to you. But I feel that it is really wanting to guide you somewhere really special, right? And whatever this star means, I don't know. But that is for you to figure out. Yes, Susan's talking about the path of least resistance. Yes, absolutely. All right, Deborah, are you complete? I'm feeling like a bow was nicely put on that. The path of least resistance. Hello, friends. How's everybody doing? Is anyone joining us now? Deborah, I was drawn to you for a reason, so I will explore this further. Thank you. Yes, of course. Complete. Many blessings to you, Deborah. You are on a beautiful journey. Embrace it, my friend. Thank you for your willingness and vulnerability, both the last two readings. I love how people show up in Insight Timer. As we get ready to spin the wheel again, I'll just do a little say, please, well, I invite you to follow me if you like how the session's going, if you're enjoying these, if you're interested in having private readings anytime, feel free to follow me on Insight Timer. I have all of my links to all my socials as well as my booking calendar are on my About section of the Insight Timer profile. I have a little Linktree link set up to that, or you can just go to yaygreg.com. But if you're a socials person, I like to connect there, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also, I record all of these lives and I put them up on my YouTube channel. That way folks can go back and replay them. Deborah, I just got an intuitive hit. You might want to watch the replay on this. Maybe not necessarily today or tomorrow, but yeah, maybe that'll come up as a reminder on your path down the wall. Hello, Fabiola. Yes, just joined. First time here. Love that for you. Great to have you. All righty. So also, if you feel so called, if you are moved from your heart to offer a financial donation as an exchange of energy, I welcome it. I receive it. This is my business. I love doing this. However, if you feel that, you're not called to offer financial exchange, just know that every time you attend a live or listen to someone's tracks or offer a rating, and particularly a review, you help us, you support us. We actually get paid for all the listens, and we get paid for responding to when folks review a track. So I invite you to check out my tracks. I have some beautiful deep stillness meditations, as well as some divine invocations for courage, wisdom, and love. It's all in one. And then my recent one, which is an exercise we do here quite a lot on my lives, is called Love Bomb, which is just a beautiful one. Gary's a big fan of the Love Bomb. Yes, wonderful, Deborah. Thank you. Be well today. Hi, Trishan. Welcome. Welcome. Where are you guys from? Fabiola, Trishan, anybody else? Say hi, and I'm going to start spinning the wheel. Let's see who gets it. The Netherlands. Yay. What part? I've been to a few different places, and I was in Nijmegen and a couple other places. Amsterdam. Yeah. Atlanta, Georgia. Very cool. Haven't been there yet. Close to Rotterdam. I think I was in Rotterdam too. This was years ago, but lovely, lovely. I love the Netherlands. All right. Number 10. Patrice, are you still here? You are the next lucky contestant on the spin the wheel of good fortune, as Gary called it. Deborah, thank you so much, sweetheart, for your donation. I really appreciate that. Patrice, calling for Patrice. Half asleep. Oh, okay. Oh, is it late there for you? Hi. Well, it's your turn if you want it. What guidance do you seek today? How can I be of assistance to you? Okay. So you're passing on your turn. Okay, very good. No problem. Okay. Is that correct? Do I have that right? I want to make sure I don't pass you up unless that's your intention. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you. Let's see who gets to go next then. Before I spin, does anyone else want to get on the list for the wheel for a reading? Sorry, I'm getting all blurry again. Before I spin. Michelle. Okay, wonderful. Nicole. Trishan. And Ella. All right, I'm going to hold it there at 15. Not today, Fabiola? Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, so let me add a few names. Technically, I'm adding numbers, but same thing. And then we'll shuffle again, and we'll see who gets it. You could play a fun game of like tapping into your intuition and see if it get called on, but I don't know how well that works right now. Okay, so 15. That's Ella. Congratulations. You just spoke up and you get called on. The universe wants to assist you today. Yes, bowing to you too. What can we do for you today? What focus or topic? What's your intention? Or do you have a question? Are you hurting? What's going on? Hmm. I appreciate everybody being here today. I love doing these lives and I love holding this space. If anyone is interested in connecting more, we also have a group at the bottom of my Insight Timer profile called Circle of Love. It is slowly growing and we're sharing life experiences and hope and strength and encouragement and love for each other. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate you too. And I appreciate what you said earlier. Thanks, Fabiola. Yeah. Ella says, I am stuck in brain fog and asking for guidance how to shift. Okay. Very specific wording. I like that. Does the brain fog have a topic or a focus, my friend? I'm really thirsty today. By the way, happy February starting tomorrow. I can't believe it. It's my birth month, so I get kind of excited about February. And according to my beautiful astrology teacher and friend, Jackie Mancuso, there's a lot of powerful transits going on in February. Oh, you too? February 5th. Great. So you're an Aquarius. I'm a Pisces. Danielle, wonderful. So, Ella, I'll take a peek while you consider, is there a particular focus to the brain fog or a topic that you're fogged up about? Let the camera get in focus again. Speaking of fog, autofocus on my camera is really weird. All right, my friend. Okay, all righty. Wow. Your mind, Ella. Shielding not being present in life. Okay, your mind, this is an interesting experience for me. I'm sensing so how do I describe this? Universe, help me out here. Okay. It's funny because I could feel and see a shrouded quality in your mind. It's not, at first I thought maybe it was the fog, but it's a shroud. That's the word I'm using. I'm not entirely sure why yet, but I'm getting the sense of shroud like in a cloak, but also in the other meaning of how something is shrouded. So that could tie to the fog and the shielding, maybe. But what really blew me away was that the minute I started tapping in, I started getting goosebumps. So I got tinglies just by tapping into the energy of your mind, which really is really quite beautiful. So I'm the reason it's beautiful is because I feel that whatever this is, fog, shroud, shadow, whatever it is, there is something pure and beautiful and amazing, quite honestly, that it's covering up. So even though I saw and perceived the shroud, I felt what was beneath it or behind it or enveloped in it. Let me know if that's what you're thinking and feeling about that. I think that we can go on a little journey here if you're willing. Just let me know where you're at first before I do that. This is really, really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up. Okay, good. So are you with me? Tell me how you're feeling about this concept of the shroud, because what I'm seeing you. If you use your mind's eye and place yourself in your mental space, right? And just picture yourself with a shroud wrapping around you over your shoulders. Maybe there's a hood, maybe it's covering your head as well. And it's huge. It takes up the whole space. I don't know. We'll find out. It could be. It could be. But just tap into this image. I don't know if you're visual or if you're sensory. If you're sensory, you can just do it by feelings. If you're visual, you can tap into the visualization. But this is what I'm seeing. And so this shroud, it's fascinating because there is a mist of like sort of connected to the shroud and filling the whole area, but the shroud is around you and it is covering you. And the word protective is quite fascinating because when we think about the olden days where they would throw on cloaks to go into the night, right? The cloak would help them stay warm. It might hide their face. Maybe they were doing something clandestine and they needed to hide their face, but they would wrap themselves in their cloaks. It's very rare today to see us using cloaks. So I want you to think of this shroud without any judgment and without any stories. Try to see or feel just unbiased, neutral, sort of what is wonderful about this shroud, or even just what's neutral about this shroud. And for me, it has a white, a grayish white, cloudy kind of feel, color, if you will. There's something, okay. Sensing something else coming through. So you're surrounded by this fog, but this shroud is keeping you warm and comfortable, and it keeps the mist off your skin. And just sink into that feeling. Just allow the shroud to be present around you. Allow yourself to be in this mistiness and this fog. Sense what comes up for you. If there's any frustration or anxiety, just try to let it go, my friend, and just be present with all of it. The shroud is here for a reason. Maybe you put it on a while ago for protection, or maybe you put it on a while ago because your heart had grown cold and you were looking for some warmth. It doesn't really, the why doesn't really matter. But a lot of times when we're going through something challenging like this, being present, completely present with it, opens a doorway to see it differently, and it allows us to watch as it unfolds in a new direction. So hopefully that's resonating with you. But what I'm feeling, there's something, okay. There's something that the fog is covering up. Let me see. Okay. My friend Ella, place your hands on the top of your head, right on your crown chakra there, okay? And we're just going to do a little opening to the divine. So I want you to stay with the image in your mind space of you in the fog with the shroud around you. The shroud is keeping you warm and safe in the fog. And just turn your mind's eye and look upward above the fog. There's a light source there. It may be close, it may be distant. What are you seeing? Is it stars? Is it the sun? I'm sensing you're in nighttime and that there are beautiful stars, but that there's one star that shines the brightest. And I want you to move your mind's eye to that star and just put all of your focus on it, my friend. Yes, beautiful. Just look at how beautiful that star. Here's another star in our readings. Fascinating. How beautiful that star is. And that star is beaming down at you, all of its light. And just open your arms a little bit or mentally just say, hello, star bright. I welcome you. I invite you to join me. And just watch as that beautiful silver starry light shines down like a sunbeam, but it's a star beam coming down through the fog and lighting the area around you while you're in the shroud. And just feel how beautiful it is to be in that bright starlight. Yeah, good. It feels comforting. It feels nurturing. It's the divine reaching out and coming through. And as that starlight shines on you like a spotlight, you realize that in the immediate vicinity of it, surrounding you like a spotlight, it's giving enough light that you can safely move around through the fog. So just begin to take a step or another, begin to walk, just gentle walk like you're out for a relaxing saunter around the neighborhood, and just begin to walk through the fog. We don't need to know where we're going. We just need to put one foot in front of the other, my friend. Excellent. Yep. I think you're with me. Let me know if you're with me, but I'm feeling like you're with me on this. Just keep picturing yourself walking through this fog with the shroud, and the light from the star parts the fog as you walk, and you begin to see the environment around you. Where are you, Ella? Where are you? What do you see with the light from the star as it reveals? The fog is starting to dissipate, but you're still just walking through it. But you can see details around the ground. As you pass by, you might see something. What are you seeing? What's there? Doing great. The star keeps you lit, and the shroud keeps you safe. And we are here supporting you. If anyone wants to join in, you can place your hands on your heart and just feel all the love that you can in your heart. You don't have to send it to Ella, but just hold a space of safety and love in your heart for her. A forest or a beach at night. Okay, I think it's a beach. It might be a forested beach. Yes, let's work with beach. That says for something, the energy is saying yes to the beach. All right. So, yes, you're coming to a body of water. It's a lake. It's a beautiful lake, and the stars are shining on it, and there's no fog around the lake, just around the land. So you get a respite as you approach the lake. You get a respite from the fog. It's there still behind you. You have the option to go back to it. But here is this beautiful, peaceful, I'm sensing completely still, no waves. It's like a crystalline surface, and you can see all of the stars twinkling in its surface. And it's calling you closer and closer to the edge of the water. And the big shining spotlight star moves from you over to the water, and there is something there. It's asking you, it's inviting you to look into the water. There's so much deep in the water. There's life, there's fish, there's vegetation. It's all down there. I love the depth of water analogies that come up in these readings sometimes, because it's so interesting. When we live our lives, we often feel like we're just at the surface of everything, but when we drop in deeper, there's so much vitality and life at the bottom of the ocean, at the bottom of a lake. What are you seeing, Ella? Are you seeing anything? Or are you just seeing your reflection? Maybe it is just your reflection. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's your reflection, my friend. Just peer into the lake. It's perfect like a mirror. Its surface is so flat and calm, and the starlight is lighting up the area that you're looking in. And just look at yourself in this beautiful, calm lake, this mirror. This is you, Ella. Here I am. And with compassion in your heart, reach out to touch the image of you and just gently and lovingly whisper to it, saying, "You are safe. You are secure. and you are deeply loved. And it smiles, your reflection smiles back at you. And you reach out your hand, inviting it to come out of the water. And it gently and lovingly takes your hand, and you back up just ever so slightly, helping it rise out of the water and come onto the shore. And there it is, your reflection, just standing looking at you, and just look back at it, observe it, be a witness. Take it all in. This is your beautiful self. This is the depth of you, present here in front of you right now. Reach your arms out and invite it for a big, beautiful, loving hug, and just embrace and hug it. Hug it like it's the most precious you've ever known. And then watch as it melts into your body. It melds into you and joins you, and you become one with this reflection, this deep part of yourself that maybe you have hidden away for a bit. For whatever reason, we don't really care about the why, but it's calling you forth now. It's joining you again. And this is your place of safekeeping. This is your place of safe meeting, if you will, this beautiful mirror lake. Ella, you can come here anytime you want. It's not in the fog. Maybe even this is where you'll meet your guides. Maybe they're somewhere around this beautiful lake. Beautiful journey, Ella. How are you feeling? Yes, Joanne's sending hugs. It was beautiful, wasn't it, Joanne? It's a beautiful lake. I just love this for you. This is definitely a meeting place for you if you want. You can meet parts of yourself. You can meet your guides. But I think that puts a nice bow on that. Are you feeling complete? How are you feeling? Oh, I just got 3 squares come through. I don't know what that emote was, but I'm sensing that it was a good one. Tell us, Ella, how are you feeling, my dear? Really lovely. Thank you for sharing that with me and with us, allowing me to witness it. Yes. Really, my intuition is really sensing really sensing that this is an important place for you. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because it has a very similar energetic quality to an experience I had with one of my favorite teachers from Insight Timer, Susan Sage. And she guided me in a similar way, and I ended up in this beautiful forest, surrounded by like dense forestry trees, and my guides were there, and there was this beautiful bonfire, and I use that now. I go to my heart, I go into my heart, and I meet, it was about my 3rd chakra, the solar plexus chakra, which was what the bonfire was about. But I now go into that visualization in my heart. It's so easy after having been there with assistance. And I go and I meet my guides there, and I talk to them, and I've met parts of myself, like little child parts, that have, been tucked away for safekeeping. I don't want to subscribe. I don't personally want to subscribe to this idea that I hid them away out of pain. Yeah, I might have done that in that moment, but I hid them away for safekeeping so that I could find them later on in my journey, so that hopefully I can speak with them or be with them or reintegrate with them. And so I don't want to pass judgment on it. It's just what I did. I hid them away. So yes, it touched something deep. That's you. You are something. You are the something deep, Ella. You are the something deep. Yes. Vulnerable joy. What a beautiful expression. I love that. Sherry says her 3rd eye is pulsing like crazy right now. Wow, Sherry. That's cool. All right, Ella. Thank you so much, my dear, for your vulnerability, your willingness to show up for yourself and to go on a little journey. It was a really beautiful journey. I love what I saw for you, and I hope that you can love it too. Okay, we are complete for that. Wonderful. Time to spin the wheel again. You're welcome, Ella. Thank you for being here. Who's it gonna be? Oh, wait. Wow. 3 times in a row. The wheel is crazy today. 3 times in a row, I think it's going to stop on something, and then it continues to move and it crosses the line into the next one. So that's fascinating. I wonder if there's a message there. Anyways, it's number 7, which was Mary Lou. Yes, wonderful. Mary Lou, are you still here? Mary Lou, you are. Yes, hello. How are you? Is this the Mary Lou that I've worked with or talked to before? Did you change your photo? I can't remember. I have several Mary Lou's that attend. Anywho, hi. What can we do for you today? How can I be of assistance? Topic, focus, intention, question. Mary Lou. I worked with someone named Mary Lou. 2 Mary Lou's. Very sweet ladies. Hello and welcome to anyone who's recently joining. We are doing what I call ChakraTouch. They're energy readings mixed with spiritual coaching with a lot of love and a lot of allowing. And we are waiting for Mary Lou's question, comment, topic, focus, intention. Mary Lou says, what's preventing me from going deeper in my meditations? What kind of meditations are you doing, Mary Lou? And what does deeper mean to you? I don't know why, but I'm sensing the belly, some grounding. Wow, you have a tumultuous ocean in the belly. You do silent meditations. Okay. Centering prayer? Yep. Okay. Well, let's see what else is going on, Mary Lou. So your belly, which I always associate with grounding, right? Physicality, connections to the earth, root chakra, life force, going beyond your thoughts. Hmm. Hmm. So I'm reflecting on that as a desire. If I'm understanding you correctly, deeper to you means going beyond your thoughts. It's interesting that you say that because my experience of meditating for many, many years is that being present with our thoughts and allowing them to pass through without judgment or story is an integral part of meditation. And that I mean, when I first started, I had a lot of thoughts. And when I get aggravated or disconnected, or when I get triggered, I have a lot of thoughts. There's a lot going on in my mind. We have powerful minds, right? But they're a tool. They're not our master. Our hearts, I'm encouraging everyone to have the heart be the master. And so being just allowing and being present with those thoughts as they either fly by or as we latch onto them and obsess with them is part of the very essence and part of the practice of meditating. And when I first started, I would get frustrated and I'm not saying you just first started, but I'm just telling a story. When I first started over 30 years ago, I'd get so frustrated because I'd set a timer for 20 minutes and I felt like all I did was think for 15 to 18 minutes. And I was just like, what's going on with this? And I would get 2 minutes of delicious, thoughtless peace at the end. And at the time, my advisors would saying, that's great. It doesn't matter whether you reach that point or not. Lucky for you, Greg, you got 2 minutes of delicious peace without any thought, but that's not necessarily what will always happen. And so there's a real important aspect while meditating of just being present with that. Sometimes I'm so upset emotionally that all I can feel is my sadness or my disappointment or my loneliness or my anger, whatever's coming up for me in that moment. And so again, I turn to meditation not to get rid of it and not to move past it, but to move with it and through it, and then to come back to my connection with the divine. So I'm seeing in your belly, Mary Lou, take your left hand, if you will, and place your thumb on your belly button, okay? And then the fingers resting below the belly button. And then take your right hand and place it on top of the other. And just move your mind, move your mental focus right into the belly. I'm seeing a tumultuous, stormy ocean down there, which is saying to me that you're not grounded, that there's some grounding that might be needed. We don't know yet, but just take a moment and feel into like you're witnessing the ocean from a distance, but the waves are choppy. It's in a storm right now. Anything that's floating, if there's boats or buoys, they're getting jostled around a little bit and tossed and turned. They're staying put, but there's a tossing sort of going on. There's a lot of energy from the wind and from the storm, and just watch that for a moment with me. Just feel it. Now, here's the interesting thing. This can feel chaotic, but if we use our observation and our mind as a witness, there's a beauty to a storm, right? There's a power to it. There's the power of the drenching rain, the brightness of the lightning, the strength of the wind, and the waves that are just crashing left and right as the wind and the rain push them around, right? There's a power there. We may not want to go boating or hang out in a storm like this, but when we're safe here as an observer and a witness and a visualization, we can see that power and we can absolutely try to appreciate the beauty of that power. But there's so much more going on. There's so much more underneath. So take your mind's eye and begin to go and travel. You're at the surface and begin to go down deeper into the water. And we've got you here. You're safe. It's just a visualization. We can go as deep as we want and just continue to descend down into the water. And as you do so, the choppiness and the motion of the waves, you can't feel it as much. It begins to lessen. You can hear and feel that it's going on the surface above you, but just continue to drop down towards the ocean floor. And just you're not really sinking, you're just sort of floating your way down. And eventually you reach the bottom and your feet land safely on the floor of the ocean. And just look around you. You can't see a lot because it's dark, but you can feel the motion of the fish. You can sense vegetation. You can feel the depth of the water. And every time the lightning strikes in the storm above, you get a quick view and you see all sorts of brilliant rainbow colors. The fish are so vibrant down there. It's amazing. It's so dark, and yet when the light shines really quickly, there's so much color. The vegetation is this deep, rich green, and the fish are these bright reds and oranges and yellows. It's like this delicious palette of life. And just sit and be with that and watch and observe. And consider your fish are like your thoughts. When the lightning flashes, you can catch a glimpse of them. And yeah, you want to see more, you want to see it longer, you want to see deeper possibly, but each one is this beautiful flash of color. And you feel that go right to your heart. Your heart is just taking this in, appreciation, the beauty for it all. Hmm. Hmm. When you're ready, Mary Lou, begin to gently float back up to the surface, thanking the fish and the life from the depths as you pass by, sending it your love and appreciation. And you notice as you go up that the storm has calmed. There's a sunshine coming through the clouds. The sun of your heart is shining down through. You have a beautiful, bright sun in your heart. And as you come up to the surface, you can feel the warmth of that sun. And you feel more grounded than you were before. There's a relaxation and a peace in this scene now. At any moment, a storm could come again, but you're not worried about that. You're just basking in the beauty of the moment. Wonderful. Beautiful journey, Mary Lou. How are you feeling? I'm sensing that the big message here is by just meditating, you are going deeper. You may desire more, but allowing that to unfold in its natural way and remembering your connection. I don't know what you consider the divine, what you call it, but remembering your connection to that, your connection to source and the connection to the universe. I think the more you can drop into that connection and not be concerned necessarily with how the thoughts are flowing, that I don't know. You'll have to see how your experience goes, but I sense that that will deepen your experience of it. It's funny because we set a value, right? We set a value judgment sort of, or we have a value or a desire, and then that's the goal where we're going to go. And I can relate to that. So I have a desire for where my business goes. And as I was saying at the beginning of the live, there's times that I get in trouble in my mind. I get squirrely and struggly because I'm comparing where my business is, which is really comparing myself, the root of it, right? Comparing myself to where I am now to where I hope to or want to be in the future, right? And that is a function of the mind. Comparison, it's one of its greatest skills. It doesn't work so well when we do it that way, right? It's not really very helpful as a tool, but it does bring to light the desire for more. And yet to get to the more, we have to be present with what is in the now, right? You're saying you love the analogy, feeling peaceful and calm. Great. And I love how we work with the ocean with these visualizations sometimes, because the energy of the ocean is beautiful and it is powerful. And in the middle of a storm of our lives, chaos, discomfort, disconnection, whatever that storm in our lives might be, we forget that that ocean, the surface, is connected to the floor and that the depths down there are so calm and peaceful. So there we go. Yes, I love that. Mary Lou says, yes, I guess my desire is to have a deeper connection with God. I love that for you. Our desire in that regard, and any desire really, is so pure and wonderful. And you know what? I believe that God sees you in that moment and is there. And perhaps, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not attached to anything I ever suggest or see for people. but perhaps your focus on your thoughts as an obstacle to reaching the connection with God, the focus on the focus, it's not the thoughts that are the obstacle, which they can be, admittedly, but the notion or the concept that the thoughts are the obstacle, which, I mean, we're dealing in nuances now, right? So yes, our thoughts can be the obstacle, but we can add more thoughts to it by attaching to those and going, oh, they're in the way. That's a story that we created. It may be true for us in that moment, but when we can let go of that story that we just created and be like, ah, there they are. There I go thinking about this. There I go thinking about that. There I go thinking about this. Return to center, return to center, return to whatever. And maybe Mary Lou, and this has been the case in my meditation experience, maybe it's time to try a different kind of meditation or add something to your meditation to assist in your ability to focus or ability to be present with the thoughts as they come, thoughts and feelings as they come up. Take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if that would work for you, but maybe, who knows, maybe adding music from one of these beautiful composers that we have available to us on Insight Timer, maybe using a timer. I don't know. Maybe there's just a new twist on it that you can do, because just like any exercise that we do in our lives, anything we're doing for our business, exercising our body, whatever, the body, the mind, the heart, our process can get comfortable and used to things, and we might need to make a little tweak or make a little refinement. I found that sometimes I used to do a chakra meditation to music, and then I had to let that go, and I worked with doing breathing, and then I moved on to something else. I can't remember what. Eventually I came back to music. I've always been sort of rooted in the chakras, then guided meditations from Insight Timer, then using a timer. I've tried a bunch of different things. It doesn't really matter the method of it, right? What matters is that we show up to sit, as they used to say in Zen traditions, but that we just show up to sit in that meditation and that we're just present with it. I hope that makes sense. That's just sort of was all coming through. Mary Lou, yes. Joanne said, I'm sitting outside looking at the ocean from my deck while listening to this. So totally understand the ocean example. Oh, I'd love to see your ocean. Mary Lou, what are you saying there? Thank you for this reminder. Appreciate it. Totally. All right, my dear. I feel like we put a bow on that. Lovely journey. I love this for you. Let me know how it goes. I would love to hear about it. I love meditating. It's become a way of life for me and an important tool in my spiritual practice. So thank you for sharing that with us today, Mary Lou. Susan, my ocean is raging here in Oregon. That was powerful. Are you being literal, Susan, your ocean? Or are you talking figuratively, your ocean? The actual sea. Yes, lovely. The one other thing, Mary Lou, that was coming through that I don't remember if I said, but that depth of connection to God, to source, to our divine, whatever it is really, I think I did say this. Sorry if I'm saying it again, but maybe it's needing to be heard somewhere or someone. It's really just being present. It's just being present for ourselves, for whatever our experience is in the moment. And by doing that, we're opening ourselves up to God, to light, to love, to the universe. And that allows us to see things differently. And I just love that process. It's just really powerful. So, all right, there we go. My friends, it is almost time to wrap up, but let's close with a beautiful meditation, something that I always love to close the lives with. Thank you for being here. Before I say that, do that. I love that everyone shows up for these. I love having people here, and I love sharing my gift and my offering. I'm so glad you were here. I hope everybody got something from it. If not, just a lot of love and relaxation. And let's close with a beautiful meditation. So yes, Gary, I think we're going to do a love bomb. I think you were just thinking that. So take your left hand, place it here on the center of your chest to your heart chakra, and place your right hand over it. You're welcome, Fabiola. Thank you for being here and holding space for all of the beautiful readings. All right, my friends, move your mind's eye to that spot where your hands are holding your heart space. And let your breathing be comfortable, relaxed, and normal, whatever it is you are comfortable with. It could be deep breaths. It doesn't really matter. Just be present with your heart space. And picture your hands reaching in to the center of your heart space and reaching out to hold and cradle your heart. Picture your heart however you wish. You can picture it as the physical beating heart, or you can picture it as a cute little emoji or as an artistic heart, whatever you want. Just picture your heart and hold it in your hands, maybe cradle it in your arms. Just, it's soft, it's gentle, there's a loving quality to holding it. And just watch and witness and feel into the different qualities of your heart. It may be tender in this moment. It may feel closed or maybe open. It may be a little broken, or it may be healing. It could be feeling full or empty and clear. Your heart may feel big or small, tender or strong, or all of these things. And just be the witness and the observer and be present with all these different qualities of the heart. The heart is such an amazing space, so much potential for all the emotions and all the love. And as you're holding and cradling your heart, allow to come to mind a person, place, or thing that you deeply, deeply love. It's a pure love. There's no stories. There's no judgments. There's no attachment of thoughts. They come to your mind and you just immediately feel an amazing amount of love for the person, place, or thing. It could be a pet. It could be a relative or a friend. It could be a food. It could be an experience, meditating or showing up at lives on IT. And just hold that in your heart. Just feel the love, the pure, deep love for this person, place, or thing, and bask in it like it's a warm, glowing light. Spend a moment with that. And as you're spending time feeling that pure love, you realize that it's opening up the capacity to bring to mind other people, places, and things that you purely, deeply love, and begin to list them off in your mind or list them off out loud like I like to do. I love pineapples. Just love how delicious the juice and the fruit is to me. And I love Hawaii. Pineapples make me think of Hawaii. I love the warmth of Hawaii and the tropicalness, the beautiful aloha nature of Hawaii. And I love my brother and sister so deeply. I wish wellness and happiness for them in their lives. And I love spending time with them, getting together for holidays or celebrations or just to get together to play games. I love everybody on Insight Timer. I love the founders of it, how they hold a space for all of us meditators and all of us teachers to feel love and support and a sense of community. For me, it's been so precious these last few months. After many years of not having spiritual community, I have so much love and appreciation for the space that has been created. I love and appreciate all of you for being here today and supporting all of the participants for their readings. I love having a deep night's sleep and waking up and feeling so deliciously rested and ready and eager for the day. I love going to bed, feeling the need for rest and sleeping, letting go, relaxing into the covers and into the pillows. And just continue to stream of consciousness, bring up these things and feel the love growing in your heart and just watch as it fills your heart space. And when you're ready, we're going to do something I call a circle of love. When you're ready, take your right hand and lift it slowly and face your palm forward. Imagine you're placing it on the back of someone's heart here in the group. We have 116 people here today, and just place it on the back of someone's heart. And you don't have to send any energy. Just holding the love in your heart naturally lets it shine through you. You don't have to do anything. Just picture holding your hand there and picture a circle of us, 116 people in this pose. Hands on the left hand on the heart and right hand on the back of someone else's heart, beginning to form this beautiful circle of love, this energetic circle of love, because we are all love. We are all here together at this moment in time, loving and supporting each other and being our own little reminders of love. And just hold this circle. Feel it in your heart. And now in your mind's eye, think of someone in your life who you would like to share this love with. Maybe they're suffering, maybe they're hurting, maybe they've got an owie, or maybe they've lost someone. Maybe their dearest pet has passed recently, or they're struggling in a relationship, or they're looking for clarity. Love is the answer, my friends, and just reach out your hand to them mentally and touch them on the back, right behind their heart. The back of our heart gets so little attention in our waking lives. It's so nice to offer it some love just by being present with it. And as we begin to wrap up this meditation, just gently lean in with your mind's eye and whisper into your heart, I am safe, I am secure, and I am deeply loved. And when you're ready, slowly come back into the moment to re-embody your body filled with this beautiful love. My friends, you have the capability and the availability of this love, of turning to this love anytime you want. If you need help with it, a reminder, I have the love bomb as a meditation on my profile. It is a beautiful meditation to do at any time. And the truth is, we are love. I am love. You are love. We are all love together. And when we can bring and remind ourselves, when we can bring that vibration of love and that quality, the feeling of it back into our hearts, we raise our vibration, we raise our consciousness, and in doing so, we assist our lives and the lives of everybody on the planet. So thanks for being here to do that today. Great session. I really loved I love all the readings, no matter what. But anyways, yeah, come back for another time. I'm here every Wednesday and Friday, and I'm actually thinking about adding a third. I've been debating about doing these for longer, but I like an hour and a half. It's just about right. But I'm thinking of adding a third. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, my regulars or my new people, whoever, please reach out to me, message me an Insight Timer or on one of my socials, and let me know whether you'd like to see have the availability of a third ChakraTouch live session during the week. It is something that I really, really deeply love doing. It's the core of my work on Insight Timer right now. So yeah, and thanks for being here. Support each other, love each other. We'll see you in another Insight Timer. Check me out on socials, go to yegreg.com or just go to my profile on Insight Timer. I invite you to follow. I love that. And I will see you, meet you, or whatever in another time or place. Let's see what everybody's saying. Sherry says a lovely session. Oh yeah, I already read that. Oh, Peter says, love sharing the morning with you all. Yeah, that's right. It is the morning for you. Good morning, my friend. You are a beautiful soul, Greg. Deborah says, thank you so much for holding this space. You are welcome. Thank you for being part of it. Patrice, thank you for the hearts and the bows. Susan says, wow. Thanks, Greg. You're welcome, Peter. Ella, thank you for the hearts. So beautiful. You're welcome, Mary Lou. Joanne, thank you so much, Greg. Oh, thank you. I love having everybody here. Yes, yes. Oh, Deborah, you're saying yes to a third live. Is that what you're saying? Trishan, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you didn't get called on, please show up for another ChakraTouch live or reach out to me for a one-on-one, whatever you're feeling called to. Gary, yeah, you like that too? Okay. Ella, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being part of this beautiful space. Yes, add more, please, Susan says. Butterflies. Yeah, okay. I will. I have to figure out what day and what time. This was not my usual time. So just for the new people, normally I'm doing Wednesdays at 2:22 p.m. Eastern, and Fridays I'm at 4:44 p.m. Eastern, whatever that translates to your time. Friday's a lovely way to start the weekend. I love doing that too. And Joanne says yes, definitely. Okay. Well, my friends, as you can see, it's a little hard to go away because I love this space. But anyways, I'm sending you all my love and great blessings. I hope to see you again soon. I look forward to hearing from you in any capacity or seeing you again soon. Have a great evening. I'm going to go play some video games with my friends after I have supper, which is one of my joys. Gary, Gary, I hope you're feeling better. I'm holding your loss in my heart. And remember, my friend, that loss, the other side of that coin is simply an opportunity to drop into our hearts more and more deeply. Okay, my friend? Go with peace, love, and blessings. And we'll see you all in another space. Bye.